Hi, welcome back to my channel Explained, where we discuss one interesting topic a day. In today's video, we will discuss why the controversial LGBT curriculum is taught in the school, the scientific research behind it, and what are some of the potential impacts of teaching about LGBT at such a young age. The LGBT movement has a long and complex history, with activists fighting for equality and rights in many different contexts. One of the earliest significant milestones in the movement was the Stonewall riots in 1969, which sparked a wave of protests and advocacy efforts. Since then, the movement has grown and expanded, with significant victories in areas like marriage equality, workplace protections, and anti-discrimination laws. LGBT curriculums are a relatively recent development in the education system, and the idea of teaching children about sexual orientation and gender identity is still a controversial issue in many countries. The first state in the United States to introduce LGBT inclusive curriculums was California in 2012, followed by Illinois in 2016. Since then, several other states in the US have followed suit. Opponents of LGBT curriculums argue that such curriculums are inappropriate for young children and infringe on parental rights. They believe that parents should be the primary educators of their children regarding these topics, and that teaching children about LGBT issues could lead to confusion or even promote homosexuality or transgenderism. Some also contend that such curriculums are a form of political indoctrination aimed at promoting a particular social and political agenda. Proponents of LGBT curriculums argue that they can help to create a more inclusive and accepting society. Studies have shown that LGBT youth are at a higher risk of depression, suicide, and other mental health issues than their heterosexual peers. Research also suggests that anti-LGBT bullying is prevalent in schools and can also have a significant negative impact on students' academic and social lives. By educating children about different sexual orientations and gender identities, advocates believe that they can help to reduce bullying and discrimination against LGBT students and create a more positive learning environment for all students. Research also suggests that the inclusion of LGBT curriculums in schools can have a positive impact on students. For example, a study conducted by the Gay, Lesbian, and Straight Education Network found that schools with LGBT inclusive curriculums had lower rates of bullying and higher levels of support for LGBT students. Another study conducted by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention found that students who attended schools with supportive policies and practices for LGBT students were less likely to attempt suicide than those who didn't. Let's now talk about the impact on kids. Here are some more details about the potential negative impacts of teaching about this topic to young children. Number one is inappropriate material. Some people worry that teaching about this topic will expose children to inappropriate materials, such as sexual content that they are not ready to understand. However, it is important to note that LGBT education can be tailored to age-appropriate levels and does not necessarily involve explicit content. Some people also worry that teaching about this topic will confuse young children about their own gender and identity. Some people argue that teaching children about these topics does not affect their own gender identity or sexual orientation, but can help children understand and respect diversity in others. Some people believe that teaching about LGBT topics is opposed to traditional family values and religious beliefs. However, promoting tolerance and inclusivity towards LGBT individuals does not necessarily conflict with traditional values and can actually be seen as consistent with values of compassion, kindness, and respect for others. Some people worry that teaching about LGBT topics will expose children to social stigma and discrimination from their peers or community. However, research has shown that LGBT education can reduce prejudice and stigma towards LGBT individuals and promote a more inclusive and accepting school environment. It is also worth noting that some children may already be aware of LGBT concepts and may have questions or concerns about them, and not addressing these topics can lead to confusion or fear. Promoting accurate and age appropriate education can help address these concerns and promote a more inclusive and understanding community. And that is it for today's video. Please let me know in the comment section below on what you think is the best way to address this topic to your kids. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting content.